Hello, my name is Destiny Smith, and today is the 13th of January 2018. Now, for the first lab, the microbiology laboratory preparation, I have prepared a awesome calendar. And with this calendar, what I had to do was go through each week, week 1, week 2 through week 8, and I placed on my calendar what has to be done. Now for, let's say, for instance, week 2, we have the labs quiz due from week 1, the lab reports as well as the quiz due on the 15th of week 1, as well as the short answer. And week 2 begins. Here, I place on the top the following chapters I will have to read. That's chapters 5, 6, and 7. Also, I have to incubate twice. So I have to incubate for the first 12 hours, and I'm going to do that on Monday. I'm going to prepare that on Monday. That way, for the following 36 hours, it can bake. I call it baking because it's kind of, put it in an oven, bake it. Anyway, and then the next day, I'm going to incubate again, and I'm going to wait another 48 hours. And an additional 24 hours if it requires. Now, I put this in the first, from Tuesday to, let's say, Thursday, Friday is my projective observation. But also, on Thursday, the 18th, the discussion's due. So I have to make sure that I do the discussions. Also, I'm planning to observe, if it's the first 48 hours, then the 18th would be ideal. The 19th and the 20th is also observation. The 19th is for the 17th, 18th incubation, and the 20th is, of course, if it needs another 24 hours. Also, on the 20th, a Saturday, the response to peers are due. That's 2 responses, of course, 150 words and above. So that gives me enough time to, if I have to wait additionally, I still have enough time in the week to complete all my other assignments or my observations of everything. And then on the 22nd, the week of the 22nd, of course, labs are due again, the quizzes and the short answers, and that's when week 3 begins. But this is how I set up my calendar. Obviously, I can work around it. I can incubate, a little further forward. That way I have a whole week to make sure I prep and plan, because I know some of them takes about 5 days, according to the chart. And it keeps going there for week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, and week 8. But week 8 is a little tricky because we have the chapters to read, which is 24, 25, and 26. But everything is due on Friday before midnight, and the discussions are due on Wednesday instead of Thursday, and the response periods are due on Friday as well. Of course, the short answer and the quiz also is due on that Friday. But that is my calendar. Okay, hello again. Now we're in my first ideal location for the incubation, and this is an office room. It's away from the children, it's away from the pets, so this would be one of the ideal locations. Now, I am going to check. This would be the drawer it's sit in. The last drawer is big enough, that way I can place not as many, but if I have 2 lab assignments, there's room enough for the both of them. I will check the thermometer now. It is actually in there. And it is currently at 20, let's see if you can see it here, at 20 degrees Celsius, 21, give or take. So this is one of my ideal locations. Okay, this is the second site of incubation. This is the laundry room. However, it's not actually closed doors, shutters, and there is a vent up there. However, this actually has the highest degree Celsius. So this one is about, let me wait for like 30 seconds. But it does have a vent, so it's not really an ideal location. However, it is on the top shelf, so it's away from children and away from pets. And I will check it now. And this is 22 degrees Celsius. So this is one of the more ideal locations, but since there is a vent right there, I don't think it would be one of the ideal locations. Well, that's away from children and away from pets. What I can do is place a box up there, which would give me a lot more secureness. Yeah. This is the last incubation site that I have thought of. This is a spare room that nobody uses. The children have no access to it, as well as the pets. There is one vent here. However, I can close the closet, and I've thought of just putting it in a box that's on the top shelf where it's completely secure and it's completely safe. And this is giving me a reading of 22 degrees Celsius. So this is my most ideal location, and this is the location I'm going to choose. So it will be on the top shelf of a spare room that nobody uses, as well as being in a box, an empty shoebox that I found.